In order to confirm that Bitcoin is in a true macro bull trend, there are two requirements in my opinion. We need to see either a higher low on the weekly chart above the price channel and, of course, bounce off that level and continue up, or we just need to break above our previous macro high right here and create a macro higher high right in this area, right? So these are the two scenarios that would, for me, confirm that Bitcoin is in a macro bull trend. Either we break above the previous high and continue up, right, creating a macro higher high, or Bitcoin creates a higher low on the weekly chart above the price channel and then continues to see higher lows and continues to trend bullish into the next major parabolic advance. These are the things that I'm personally looking out for. In my opinion, price action and market structure are far more important than any indicator. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is currently seeing a slight pullback, testing the $9,100 level right now. We're going to be going over the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and talking about what we need to look for to confirm a Bitcoin bull trend. Right now, I'm looking at the Cryptowatch asset card list, and we can see that Bitcoin is down over 2.3% right now, and all the top altcoins are following Bitcoin to the downside. Flipping through Bitcoin's asset card, we can see that we're down on the day, but we're up on the week, we're up on the month, and we're up on the year. So sentiment in the market is still quite good. And before we move into the Bitcoin analysis, definitely click that link below and sign up for the Cryptowatch platform. It's the platform that you see me use in all of my videos. There are a lot of cool features. I have multiple tutorials below. Now let's get started on the Bitcoin analysis. Right now, I'm looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, and we can see that we are testing above the price channel. We have come up to test previous resistance as new support, and this is overall good progress for the bulls. Now, if you'll notice, we've only really created two higher lows since our lowest point here. We are exiting the price channel to the upside, and we have one higher low above the price channel. So as you'll see right now, Bitcoin is beginning to trade below 9,100. So we are seeing a break below support right now. We have a higher low above our downward sloping resistance, so that is good bullish progress, but we have not really confirmed a bull trend just yet. We have not broken above our previous macro high. We are still seeing technically a lower high here, below 10,000. In order to confirm that Bitcoin is in a bull trend right now, we need to confirm another higher low. We need more than one higher low above our price channel in order to confirm that Bitcoin is truly entering a continued bull trend. And right now we are testing below some support, and Bitcoin is going to most likely attempt to create a higher low here. One area to keep an eye on is where the upward sloping trend is coming in right now, which is going to be around 8,900. So definitely keep your eye on 8,900 if Bitcoin does continue below 9,100. This upward sloping support line also coincides with our previous resistance, and that is coming in at about 8,900. So if the price pulls back and we bounce off this level, we would be building support above previous resistance. We would be building another higher low along the upward sloping support line. And this would be our second higher low confirmed outside of the price channel. And this would confirm that Bitcoin is on a bullish trend. As of right now, we have not created a higher low above our previous low here. And we have not created a higher low above 8,900 yet, right? So we do not have a confirmed trend in my opinion. We have price action moving above the downward sloping price channel, but we're not confirming a bull trend in my opinion until we create a second higher low and build support off of previous resistance as new support. So we're getting close to the $8,900 level now. So we'll see in the short term here if Bitcoin is able to create a higher low above previous resistance and of course, bounce off this upward sloping trend line. At that point, I would say Bitcoin is in a confirmed bullish trend, and that we would be at that point looking to break above our previous macro high, right? And this would be very bullish for Bitcoin. And of course, another key indicator is going to be the 200-day moving average. This could be potentially where support comes in. This could be potentially where we confirm the uptrend, which right now is exactly coinciding with our upward sloping support line, and it's also coinciding with previous resistance as potential new support here along the 200-day moving average. So most likely the 200-day moving average is where the market is going to be looking to put in support. The bigger players are going to be looking to potentially put in some support along the 200-day moving average. And if we can't hold that level, if we break below the upward sloping support line and we break below the 200-day moving average, at that point you can expect sentiment to change, at least in the short term, to being a little bit more bearish. And at that point, we would probably be creating some sort of head and shoulders to come back, retest the downward sloping resistance as support again before the next breakout. This is just a potential that could take place if we break below the 200-day moving average. And all it would mean if something like this were to take place is that the bulls would lose momentum in the short term. They would come back to retest support once again, potentially looking to retest 7,700, this previous support resistance area. And this also coincides with the downward sloping resistance. $7,700 is my lowest possible bearish target. I think the lowest possible price Bitcoin will see at this point is 7,700. This would be a strong buy in my opinion if Bitcoin does retest this level. If Bitcoin does test back to around 7,700, I would be heavily accumulating at that level, because in my opinion, if Bitcoin does test back to this range, that is very likely going to be one of the lowest prices we see in this market before the next bull trend, before the next parabolic advance to new highs. But for now, let's keep our eye on the 200-day moving average. Major market participants, big players, whales, are going to be looking at this level pretty closely to, of course, identify and confirm if Bitcoin is in a true uptrend. So definitely keep an eye on the 200-day moving average. Right now, that is coming in just below 8,900. So that is the level everyone's got their eye on right now. Also, I want to talk a little bit more about the big picture, a little bit more about the weekly chart here. So I just want to go over some past price action for Bitcoin. And back in 2015, going into 2016, during this halving cycle, Bitcoin, entered an upward sloping price channel. We remained above an upward sloping trend line here, right? So demand was increasing at a steady pace, right? So support lines can also be seen as demand lines, right? So we had a steady increase in demand. And once we broke above our all-time high, we had an exponential increase in demand, and this created a parabolic trend, right? And we broke above our resistance, created an exponential increase in demand, a parabolic trend. And once we broke below that parabolic trend, that is when the bear market came into play. And right now, Bitcoin is potentially entering a period just like this, just like the last halving period. Bitcoin is potentially entering something like that right now. It's not unlikely for this to happen because Bitcoin is programmed money, right? It is a programmed store of value. It is inflationary over time, but the inflation is basically deflationary. Over time, we have less and less inflation, and soon, in a few months, the halving is going to cut the mining rewards in half, so we're going to have a decrease in inflation, and this could potentially create more demand for Bitcoin as it becomes more scarce, which makes me think that seeing something like this, what we saw in 2015, 2016, is actually quite likely right now. If we are going to see a steady increase in demand before the all-time high break, then very likely we're going to be remaining above an upward sloping trend that looks something like this. What we can see is that, yes, Bitcoin is breaking out above the price channel. We are seeing, we're confirming bullish price action above the price channel. We're confirming this breakout right now. But what we have not seen yet is we have not seen Bitcoin create a higher low on the weekly chart, right? In order to confirm that Bitcoin is in a true macro bull trend, there are two requirements in my opinion. We need to see either a higher low on the weekly chart above the price channel and, of course, bounce off that level and continue up, or we just need to break above our previous macro high right here and create a macro higher high right in this area, right? So these are the two scenarios that would, for me, confirm that Bitcoin is in a macro bull trend. Either we break above the previous high and continue up, right, creating a macro higher high, or Bitcoin creates a higher low on the weekly chart above the price channel and then continues to see higher lows and, continues to trend bullish into the next major parabolic advance. These are the things that I'm personally looking out for. In my opinion, price action and market structure are far more important than any indicator. But there are some key indicators that we need to look for. One good indicator is the parabolic stop and reverse indicator on the weekly chart. The parabolic stop and reverse indicator was less reliable after the bull trend and, after the after we entered the bear market. Generally, this indicator is quite reliable. Every time we get a flip, we end up trending in that direction. We were bullish, we flip bearish, we end up trending in that direction. We're bearish, we flip bullish here. I think it's likely that we probably end up trending in this direction. There is, this indicator isn't perfect, but it is a good macro signal that we're seeing a flip on the parabolic stop and reverse indicator. And also, if you flip to your Heikin-Ashi chart style, this also is a really good way to identify trends using the Heikin-Ashi candles with your parabolic stop and reverse indicator. And even if we turn bearish here, as long as we create a higher low on the weekly chart, this would be fine with me. And things could remain bullish. So we're at a pretty interesting point for Bitcoin right now. As I explained in the last video, in between about 9,600 and 9,100 is the area that I personally have my eye on right now. And in the last video, we discussed this price level, basically saying it's a major resistance. So if we start confirming below 9,100, it wouldn't surprise me. But as long as we create higher lows on the weekly, then we should be continuing bullish and entering a nice routine standard halving cycle where we remain above an upward sloping trend and look to push towards the all-time high. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to sign up for Cryptowatch, which is the platform that you see me use in my videos, there's links below for that. And if you want to support the channel further and have extra content, definitely join the Patreon, support the channel, keep me coming back. I appreciate it, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.